Alright, gamers, this is the third character that will be created for my Mutants and Masterminds games that I will be playing on Thursday. Let's get ready to take a look and meet the player. Alright, gamers, and we are back with our third player. We're back with Mike. Mike, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Excellent. So he's our third player in my Thursday game that I'm going to be running here starting next week. And we're going to get into his character right now. Let's just go on over to Roll20 and start taking a look here. Okay, so Mike, talk to us about your character. Who is he?
All right. Meet Palmer Pencilton, a simple artist, cartoonist, and all around good guy. well, my initial trying to put this guy together I was like, you know, it'd be really great if, I mean, we've all had characters like for example a Green Lantern character that can just make stuff at will and be able to come up with various creative answers to things. It was like, I kind of want to do that, but I want to put like a different twist on it. But what if instead of just magicking up anything, you had to physically draw out the item that you want?
Okay, definitely a strong twist there.
Yeah, I think it turned out pretty well.
Okay, well, let's start talking about stats here. So walk us through like your stats, where you spent your points, powers, all that kind of stuff.
Well, to start off, it was like I thought it was like, well, this is a guy that probably like ends up carrying like a lot of like easels and stuff with him. So it's like he probably needs some like at least a point of strength and some stamina to just for just like carrying around art stuff with him everywhere, you know? You
Mm-hmm.
know? And because of that, he probably is built up like a decent build, has some like decent like agility on him as well. But probably not the kind of guy that gets in fights a lot, so hence like the no fighting and no deck. And
Okay,
being like
understandable.
an accomplished artist, you'd have to be like once again, you'd probably have to have a bit of smarts to do that and a little bit of presence in the art community to actually get there. But above all else, you probably need to be pretty aware of what you're doing. So hence like the massive awareness for the power level.
Mm-hmm. Awareness 4.
Yeah. Which also
Okay.
ties in going into defense massive.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at skills here. You have a pretty decent amount of skills for power level 5 character. Talk to me about your choices here.
Well, he's an artist, so clearly he needs to have that. He's art at a pretty higher than anything, as you can.
Yep.
Bit of like from like his just natural build. I mean, he probably, after being an artist for so long, probably have a bit of like at least a small fan following, no matter what you are. If you're even just a little bit of successful, so I gave him a little bit of acrobatics, stealth, and if you are an artist, you probably need to be able to, once again, have a bit of awareness of what's going on. Hence the pretty decent size insight perception to things. Although
Okay.
being an artist, he has like no talking.
Yeah, I see that your persuasion, deception, intimidation still 2. I mean, based off your base stats, but that's still not too bad though.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Okay. Now let's look at your defenses over here. You've got a pretty good range of defenses. Tell me about why you went this direction.
Well, mm, other than my will, nothing's really like topped out because that I'll talk about why they're not topped out later. Like I put a little bit of points into my dodge and parry to like give me a little bit evasion, but it's still not like massive and has room for improvement there. But
Mm-hmm.
the reason why they're not like topped out as much as they could be is would probably be to like balance things out when I use powers later on.
Yeah, I can see that. And then let's see. So let's go over your complications and motivations here. Talk to me about these.
Ooh, all right, all right. Is motivation doing good? Good. I mean, he's like he's a nice fun loving guy, active member of his community, help a volunteer like at his local like art museum where they have like charity events from time to
Mm-hmm.
time where they like where I would see them like doing have artists come in do signing work like making art on the spot for like charity and stuff. And with that
Okay.
amount and with that pretty high expertise in art, he can probably like do some pretty good artwork with like a lot of like other major artists that would come down to. And that's what I was thinking about. The like the basis behind his motivation.
Okay. I like that. Some well thought out decisions there. So you got for so you then you've also got what's next here? Power loss. Talk to me about your power loss.
Well, being an artist, you're kind of like chained. Even though you are a free spirit, you're also kind of chained down to your ability to create art. So it's like I I have a few pencils and some charcoal on me. I can make stuff all day, but if someone is able to go, I'm taking your art stuff, then you're like, oh no, I can't do stuff now.
Okay. Definitely very thematic, right? If you don't have anything to draw or create with, and you can't use your powers, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. And then next on the list, we've got fame here.
Yeah,
Tell me about this choice.
this choice I was thinking about. I'm gonna make him like a bit older, so he isn't like up and coming. He's been around for a bit, but I wanted to be like, yo, let's give him like a little bit of fame to represent him being in the art community long enough. And I was like, it's like when I was thinking about it, I was like getting inspiration from some like cartoons I grew that some of the Nickelodeon shows I grew up with, like Danny Phantom, uh, Fairly Odd Parents, and a lot of those ones from Nick were all done by by one artist. I was like, hey, what if I was just like the big animator of this universe for like kid shows?
Okay, yeah, that's definitely something doable. It definitely gives you some good backstory, especially with your powers, right? You're really good at art. You can create things.
Very thematic,
Obviously,
very thematic, of course.
oh yes. Obviously, after talking about the game, right? How it's you're not using your powers just willy nilly, but he's putting what he's good at to use. But
It
then,
also gives you practice for your powers.
yep. So he can draw better stuff that he can use. So with talking about that, let's go ahead and move on over to your powers. Let's talk about your powers here. So right here. So you've created an array with create. So let's walk us through here how this array works.
All right, art to life. Its basis is all about his ability to create things, and I have like a couple of preset things here, things that he's done enough that he can basically do it at like at pretty much will, so he can like do it faster without like eating up a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
And create the basis of this is his normal create power, which allows you to create in nature is to produce some kind of of thing. His is basically anything that he's able to draw, and he's able to maintain this effect, continuous and precise meaning that he can draw more complicated.
Okay, I like that. So what all do we have in the array here? So we've got this mini missile.
Yeah, like there's like a quick little sketch of like your Tom and Jerry styled like firework rocket base that you would see.
Okay.
Just shoot that at a target for like damage.
And you got Blast 4 with Accurate 3 on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we got Rocket Skates. So it gives you speed 6. And assuming you draw like some rocket boots, some skates
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing, right?
Way in a hurry.
Yeah, 120 mile an hour. That's pretty fast. I wish I could move that
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. 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 Talk about your sonic speed right there.
You need some
Or Shadow the Hedgehog in this case.
Yeah. You need to draw some goggles or whatever so you don't get bugs and stuff in your eyes or whatever.
That might actually be a good thematic choice. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Next, we've got your thick muscle. So, what is this power going to look like when you use it?
Thick muscle. Basically, this one's going to be special. I didn't mark it down here as like limited or a quirk, but I probably should have made it. But this is one that's going to be like, it will probably need a move action if he only has one hand free. But my thought process for this is, you like draw up too quickly a bunch of muscles on yourself to just give yourself a lot of extra bulk, and with that comes some extra strength and durability.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like you see this weak guy just in the back, just like drawing some cartoons and stuff. All of a sudden, he's like this beefy macho dude, just punching dudes in the face.
That will definitely surprise the enemy. Like, what is he doing? Oh my god! All right, and then we've got variable 2. Talk to me about your variable 2 choice here.
Well, that was basically not only a thematic choice, but it also goes into like a point choice as well, because with the nature of art, pretty much anything goes. And let's face it, you're never going to have enough points for anything goes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real here. So you kind of need variable to represent that artistic spark of being able to like come up with a new idea on the spot.
Okay, I like that because you never know. Maybe you need a ladder or some rope or something. Something simple or maybe even something more complex, just depending upon whatever given situation.
Oh no, we're in a volcano. I really wish I could fly away. Oh wait, I can.
You can like draw like the Inspector Gadget, like the copter helmet or whatever,
yeah,
or something along those lines.
Yeah, I was thinking more wings, but that works.
Yeah, wings is cool, but I'm thinking like cartoony, I would do the Inspector Gadget thing or like a rocket pack,
Spring boots, jump really, really far away.
There we go. It gives you like leaping. You can just leap out of the volcano or whatever.
Or something funny. You just make like an inspector hat, a pipe, and all of a sudden you have like tons of rakes and investigation.
Yeah. You can make your little magnifying glass and all this other stuff. Yeah, all kinds of stuff you can do with a variable.
With that variable, he kind of becomes goes from like basically being a one-trick pony to a jack of all trades that fills any role that anyone could possibly need in a split second.
Okay, I like that. Definitely very, very thematic. You've thought ahead because you don't want to lock yourself into only a certain amount of powers when you're creating a character that has like unlimited creative imagination, right? You're going to want the ability to be able to create stuff when you need. I like that. Okay. All right, so let's go into advantages. Talk to me about luck. 2 ranks.
2 ranks. I never thought, when I was initially designing a character like this, I was imagining him a bit like because usually you start at like PL8 or PL10, and even that PL8, I gave him 2 points of luck because you're going to need a certain amount of luck to get anywhere in like any artistic field of work ever.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need that just a little bit of luck.
Okay, so that's what that's representing, right? Plus, it allows you to reroll. What is it? You reroll dice, right? You can reroll. What is it? A D20 twice per session, I think is what it is, right? 2 ranks. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And it could save you from that 1 And
The,
maybe
the,
turn
the
it into.
dreaded one that Roll20 loves to give me.
Yep. And then he could potentially turn it into a crit. You never know.
Oh,
All right. So then you got Agile Feint.
yeah.
You got Redirect, Evasion.
Yeah,
And
some baseline stuff that a lot of characters get.
yeah. Then you've got
Well,
Benefit.
other than evasion. Evasion's like one of those ones that is like, could this character have it? Could they not have it? It's like one of those ones that goes either way, really.
Mm-hmm. But you decided to go with it. Still good. Good choice. Definitely very
Yeah,
defensive.
yeah. To just dodge out of the way of trouble.
Okay. And now
And
Benefit. Now,
and with that toughness, you kind of need some of that padding with evasion.
oh yeah, because I mean your toughness isn't super high yet, of course. But Evasion will definitely.
Unless I decided I wanted it super high at that time.
Yeah, you could draw something, or plus you use your thick muscle, which gives you protection.
Yeah,
protection
just
3.
out. Poof.
All right, so then Benefit. So didn't you have ambidextrous on this?
Ambidextrous. That's right.
Okay, so you can
Basically
you can draw with either hand if need be.
without like a GM.
Which is good.
Like,
I mean,
I only have one hand free. Although in the book it's more like thematic benefit, because in the book there's not really a true like proper hand listed in the book anywhere. There's not really rules for that. You kind of have to invent that stuff.
yeah.
One of the few flaws.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no, but it's kind of cool that you
like
thought about this though, because you definitely put the thought into the character that most people are only good with one hand, either right-handed or left-handed. You would want to be able to use both hands, so just in case you get into a situation where only one hand is available, you'll still be able to use your powers.
All right.
And then
next, my ultimate effort and skill master.
Yep, these are both for art. So you're like the master of art.
Yeah. So basically, that just like shows my artistic experience and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and
Which is
could
good.
help out in a pinch, especially that skill mastery.
Yeah, it definitely goes well with the theme. Because you're not just an artist. No, you have ultimate effort and your skill mastery. Like you know what you're doing and you can do it well, which is good. Instead of just you went that extra step to affirm that the character has mastery of his craft, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and skill mastery is also one of those things. Is like, I don't trust my roll with this. I'm going to use skill mastery to take a 10.
Yep, just in case. You're like, I've been rolling poorly this game. Let's just make sure we don't screw this up when we need it. All right.
Yeah, that's
now
also what ultimate effort is for.
Yeah, which is really good. So you've got several ways to save yourself there.
They work really good, both thematically and for me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with art being my highest skill.
Yeah, but plus it's good for the theme. It's it's more than just stats on a page. It's the choices you made definitely reflect the character's concept, which is really good. So let's move on to backstory. Talk to me about the backstory about Palmer here.
Backstory. The thing I didn't put in Roll20 because that would take too long.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it here on the sheet, but we could just talk about it, so the viewers at home will be able to kind of get a feel for your character.
So instead of listing like going into detail on how he got his powers and why they manifested, I took a more obtuse approach, I guess it is, and talked about what his life is now as when he got his ability.
Okay.
Like I set him up here in room number 214 of an apartment building in the northern part of the city. It's like, good. We have grounding where he is, where he is a animator that lives from home and just sends his work in, so he has his own privacy and he can work without being having the corporates breathing down his neck, and that also gives him more freedom to actually experiment with his abilities.
Okay, I like that.
Also, and also threw that in there because I realized it's like, wait, if I'm like a really good artist, and I have like one rank in wealth, it was like, since I don't have that, what if I just was an at-home artist? So, so that also works out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could.
Let's see. But even though, like I mentioned in his motivations doing good, he isn't like a complete shut-in and does socialize and do like charity events and stuff and stuff. Let's, let's see. Because of the whole nature of abilities, he does spend a lot of time at home, like working on them, so people don't bother him with that. But he does go out enough that he's not that people aren't like super suspicious of what he spends time at home with.
Yeah, I can see that.
And also being an animator is like his work is famous, but that doesn't typically mean his face is famous, meaning he would get a bit more privacy than like a celebrity.
Because even if he goes out, people may not put his work to his face, so he has the ability to kind of
But when
blend
he's like,
in.
yeah, but when he's using his powers, there's also people would recognize his work from his ability, art style
Mm-hmm.
wise. Let's
Okay.
see. Though I did put a little bit of his of power origin in here, lastly in here, about how he learned that he could create things in like around like junior high school era. I kind of set it up like kind of like X-Men-y, where they like developed naturally. He was super traumatized to gain abilities. So that was like one of the influences of him becoming a big artist, was to help him learn his ability.
Okay, I like that. That's definitely a good direction to go. Plays
And
well with
that's
the
about
storyline. Cool. All right, so then some questions on the character. So, where do you see the character evolving to? So when you get more points and the power level increases, where do you see yourself putting your points?
well, definitely as time goes on, I expect him to develop his maybe his most of his base stats wouldn't like improve that much, other than like stamina or presence might increase a bit. His fighting and dexterity would definitely increase over time.
Hmm.
Time, I I see him maybe getting like a couple more like combat based advantages. I mean, he has a couple there, but not like a massive amount.
Yeah,
I mean, the most of them are like really defensive. He doesn't really have any like real offensive advantage.
yeah. It's
And
all mostly defensive stuff.
and as for I see him like boosting his like talking skills quite a bit, as well as like his art mastery might go up. His like insight and perception would definitely go up over time. Maybe athletics, who knows? But definitely his like preset abilities would, and eventually he might get the ability to like have like some presets and own different arrays, perhaps. Like if it's possible, like moving like mini missile and like thick muscle into like their own separate array for like combat stuff. Have like a support array, and then just have like, and then maybe just have a couple things in there which just create invariable for like other options.
Yeah, I mean it could be something that could be moved around if
Because
need
as it
be.
stands right now, you can only have like one active art creation at once,
Yeah.
which is good and bad. Good because that forces him to think on it more. Bad means if he like if he needs if he's like in thick muscle mode and needs to pull something out really quick, that means he's losing all of that extra strength and defense, and he's
Hmm.
going back to very weak. And with any injuries, he might get like one round.
Yeah, it could be
Because
could spell bad news. Bad news
yeah,
bears.
how a variable works is you gain access to the ability of a new power in, but you can't use it till the next turn.
Mm-hmm. So it's
So
definitely one of those things you're going to be planning your turns and actions ahead of time.
very, very, very carefully. Like, for example, let's say the team is injured and I decide to create band-aids. Well, that's pretty much going to make me a sitting duck if they figure out what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. It's going to make you the target.
Yep.
All right, cool. So I like how you kind of pre-thought ahead of where you're going to be planning to put points and how to develop your character. So then, really, the last question is like if you had to remake the character again, would there be anything you would change, something you would do differently with the points or whatever?
If anything, if I redid this at, let's say, like a higher level, the only thing I'm super unhappy with is those that fortitude and toughness kind of scares me.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like a couple more advantages might be helpful.
Yeah, could be.
But other than that, I'm pretty helpful. Like uncanny dodge would be like helpful, but not really at this level with my defenses. My active defense is so low.
I mean, like they're low, but they're not like crazy bad at being at power level 5. So
And if that was like power level 10 and your dodge and parry were 4, there'd be an issue.
yeah, definitely a different scale. Because remember, stuff you're going to be fighting at power level 5 isn't going to have, the huge plus 10s and plus 12 damage and all this other stuff. So I think you should be all right, just as long as your character plays smart, like I think he will. It's going to be exciting to get him into the game on Thursday. So, and then talking, it looks like it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when you guys have decided. That's when everyone else has agreed on. Is that correct?
Yep. 9 o'clock my time.
Okay, so
that's
7
o'clock your time.
Yep, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So, like I told the rest of them, so like I don't know if everybody can, but I'd like everybody to be on like 10 or 15 minutes prior to when we're going to start to go over house rules and a couple of other things I want to go over before the game starts. And then the game will start. We're going to exposition. I'll talk about the whole history, handouts, and all that other kind of stuff, so you guys can really get into the game. And then we'll start. And I hope you're excited as much as everyone else is.
Yep. And I'm
cool.
And I really hope it starts next week because I'm excited.
So gamers, I hope you enjoyed this. This is Mike's character, Palmer Penselton, the sketch artist that creates stuff from his mind, brings it to life. It's going to be an exciting character to see in game, and I hope to see you at the game next Thursday.